Hello, everybody. Good day. Sorry, let me just share my screen here. Get this all going. All right, welcome back to Gizmo Gauntlet Part 2. If you're new here, almost everybody is. My name's Harry. I'm the CTO at Gadget.dev, which is a up and coming web IDE for vibe coding the living daylight out of anything you can think of. And yesterday, I was working on with all my favorite YouTube folks. Hey, Donna. This application I'm calling Gizmo Gauntlet, which is, hey, Sean, we're back. Gizmo Gauntlet is a web-based game where you can make silly little battle bots, like say Battle Pug or whomever, and enter them into an always running tournament where they battle against the other battle bots, and you kind of get to see how they fare. And the gameplay, if you can call it that, we're still working on it, is the art of prompting. So instead of you moving your bot to the left and the right and choosing what attacks to send when, instead you submit a strategy which acts as a prompt to an LLM, and then your bot is autonomous and it makes its own moves against the enemies. There's a AI referee, and you end up with an outcome. So we're going to keep working on this. I fixed a couple bugs that I hit off stream yesterday, so I think we're unblocked, which is good. And I think today is mostly going to be about like finishing the battle experience and hopefully getting you, the viewer, to help me test it and make it work good. And then, I'm taking feature requests, right? I'm just here to kind of demonstrate using Gadget, talk about sort of software development, both with AI and without. So, holler at me. I'm happy to rant about pretty much anything. And then just before I launch into it even more, like if things are too small on screen or the audio's off, just like let me know. I'm happy to fix it. Zoom way in. So I think I had a plan I left for myself yesterday for the pieces that we sort of identified still needed doing. It's an EP replenishment. So that is as the battle progresses. Here, let's see if we have a battle. 17 battles, 17. Yes, this is right at the end of the stream yesterday. My colleague and dear friend Mateen built this bot called Squelch, destroying all solid nutrition. This is gross. Anyways, Squelch and my laser tank duked it out, and the laser tank seems unbeatable, to be completely honest. And I think it's because I haven't correctly balanced the armor and like how to teach it to work. Squelch does indeed need to be defeated. Squelch was defeated. Squelch got squanched. Hey, PokePack battle, welcome. Maybe what I'll do before like going off and doing a bunch of software development is like figure out, can Laser Tank be beaten? So Laser Tank is just like a stupid bot that I made when I was testing that turns out to be very strong. And the only strategy that I've given it is lumbers for the enemy and shoots freaking lasers at them here. Make that bigger. And that seems to be a winning strategy, but I think it's just because like the game is imbalanced in this, like power and armor encourages like a win every time. So maybe what I'll do is I'm gonna make the hackiest hacker bot I can think of, according to this meta, and we'll see if it can be defeated. Oh my god, I haven't been sharing my screen this whole time. Thanks, Sean. God damn it. There we go. Good call. Gosh, it's good to have viewers. It's great. MVP. Sorry, here we are at the Gizmo Gauntlet, me making a bot. Right, so what's the ultimate, very strongest bot I can use to sort of test that I have the weaknesses balanced? Maybe I will say Dr. Manhattan. Just a tiny speck series of specs. Stuart Little. I think that's got to get added to the arena for sure as well. Blue uses his invulnerability. Niscience. That's definitely not how you spell that, but that's okay. And frickin' laser beams utterly and instantly destroy opponents. Hey, Simon. How's it going? Opponents. Mr. Meeseeks would also be a fearsome enemy. So I'm going to max out these ones. Or maybe I'll just do this. Like what I'm trying to test here is like, can these attributes be exploited in the system we put together yesterday? Oops, I didn't make an avatar. Silly me. Let's see how good at copyright infringement the AI image generator I'm using is. Not charging for it yet. It's fair use. Don't at me. But someday maybe I will, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I guess we also need a, oh my god, Winnie the Bot is a great idea. Perfection. That doesn't really look like Dr. Manhattan. The big tall blue man from the Watchmen series. Less any nudity. I think we need, maybe the first thing we could build before we get to balancing is a way to launch a battle. Because right now I've just been doing it from the this API playground in the back end, which works, but is pretty clunky. So yeah, let's ask the old Gadget AI assistant here. Add a new battle form to it from the navigation. Users who select one of their own bots. The home team or the one bot for the battle, then to search and find any bot, either their own or someone else's, to battle. Create the battle and then enqueue the run action. Okay, while that's cooking, yeah, sure, that looks like Dr. Manhattan. I don't know what other like invincible entity to use. Maybe I'm dating myself by saying Watchmen. Sometimes I just think about the Watchmen TV series, though. That thing was amazing. Damon Lindelof. Lindelof. Damon. Whatever. Okay, while this is cooking, let's just do the API thing for running this. This is number 45. And Laser Tank is the, number 4. So we'll create and run a battle here. For anybody who missed it yesterday, this is my application's like API that I've been constructing. So what I'm doing here is creating a new battle between two bots by ID. That's like this thingy up here. And then running this run action. This is what we worked on yesterday. Is the run action is this like fancy implementation here. Let me make this bigger. That runs a bunch of rounds of combat using, where did it go? Oh man, I lost it. This run round function, which we wrote that invokes the two LLMs for the two bots, gets them to make a move, and then has the LLM referee kind of decide what happens. And the kind of outcome of each round is a decrement to the HP, stands for health points, and EP, energy points, to each bot on either side. And so if my battle here is done, Battle 18, no, it's incomplete. Still running there. Oh, but we can go to it in the UI. Battles 18. What I wanted to know is, does Dr. Manhattan's invincibility keep him immune to the laser tank? What the hell? It would appear that no, Dr. Manhattan was unable to land a single attack. What? Tiny blue speck flickers weakly. Gosh. I don't think this is how this would go down in real life. Joyfully burns energy, maintains dazzling offensive. I wonder if there's like a bug where the health decrement isn't working. Like, this seems suspect here. Game. Yeah. Oh, I think I need to cap. There's we added a dynamic yesterday where after each, so both players or bots start with 100 HP, 50 EP, and attacks are supposed to consume EP, but it never went back up, and so we had to add this like energy points replenishment, but I feel like now it can replenish too high, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, I think I busted something here. Laser tank wins. What else is new? Let's try it the other way around. 4v45 and see if who is on the one hand side versus the other side wins. Yeah. Okay, I'll let that run. And then, sorry, what I was saying is we need a new battle form. App battles new. That looks right. Links to in the nav. Let's apply it. Go to our battles here. New battle. Start new battle. Oops. Must have let's have a value promise, not empty string. What on earth is that? Okay, let's do this in the preview here. So this is like a built-in preview area in Gadget that allows you to kind of see what's happened, and it has this incredibly handy fix button that kind of is the central vibe coding doodad. It lets you just kind of like plop your error from where it occurred into the AI. For loading in error states. Yeah, that makes sense. Is the font size okay? I know this is like pretty darn dense. So if it's like super blurry on your tiny screen, just let me know. Where is this file? Battles new. Routes battles new. This makes sense. This is like loading up the two values that we're going to need for the selects. And this isn't quite right. It messed this up. This is like a way to enqueue an action to run in the background with Gadget. And I don't really want to create it in the background. I want to create it immediately, have an ID, and then enqueue the run. And then redirect to it. So maybe what I'll do is I'll actually do that in a parameter to the create action. Like, instead of, it's just kind of like a little bit of an anti-pattern to sort of do the thing client side, like create the record, and then come back to the client and do another thing, like start executing the game. because maybe the internet fails in between those two things, or like there's a crash, or I don't know, the user hits the back button and the second thing never happens. So I kind of want to make it so that just running the create actually does the thing. So I think what I'll change this to is use action, and that sort of runs it in the foreground. Create battle is what we'll call this. Say await create battle. Result equals await create battle. And then in my battle create action here, I'm gonna add a parameter. Actually, I'm gonna get the AI to add a parameter because I always forget the syntax. New parameter to the battle create action that accepts a Boolean, and if set enqueues the run action for the battle in the background on the success. Let's see how it does with that. So the data flow is going to be, there's this new battle form on the front end. I make my selections of the bots. I hit save. That runs the battle create action, which is what we're looking at right now, with a Boolean set to true for this auto run, which I think is a good name. And then when that's true, we'll save the battle, which is good because now that the user has like a record, we can like take them to the page, it exists, and then we'll run it kind of in the background so they can kind of see the outcomes of it as it sort of streams in. And Gadget has a handy feature for that called live queries that lets us sort of just say like, show me this data, but update the front end automatically as that data changes. All right. This makes sense to me. Params, auto run, type Boolean, brilliant. And then this shit, excuse me, this baloney is like, me and Claude are in a fight about it. I swear to God, within the Gadget assistant, I've like prompted it 9 different ways to not add these excessive try catches, I would call them. Right? It's like all this does is like log an error and then rethrow it, which is handy if you're in a vacuum. But in Gadget, we already catch the errors and throw it. So I'm just trying to tell it like you don't actually need to do this. So, anyways, I want to improve that still. Sean asked, how would you redesign the code review process to leverage AI while maintaining quality and knowledge sharing between engineers? Wow, good question. I find that the code review process, like comments that I give or receive in code review kind of fall into 2 buckets for me. And I think that AI only really addresses one, such that right now, at least, we can't fully replace human code review with AI. We've been looking at deploying this thing at Gadget, or Diamond, I think, which is, I don't know, I've just been, the people who tweet talk about this one a lot. And the sensation I get as for code review powered by this AI is that it's like quite useful for, excuse me, like anti-patterns or small bugs that you might miss, or like following the code style or whatever. But it's pretty poor for like broad spectrum architectural feedback, or like, for lack of a better word, knowing where the bodies are buried. So I think when we deploy AI code review at Gadget, we'll still ensure everything important gets a human review. And for everything that's not important, where people are just trying to go really fast or they feel very confident they already got it, we'll still keep the AI code review on because it'll just kind of raise the quality a little bit. But I think the answer to your question, Sean, is like the knowledge sharing will still happen human to human because AI is not good enough at it yet. And I think it's like silly to, that's weird. Silly to think we can just wholesale replace it today. I think like Gadgets, the people building Gadgets, like a bit different than like building a Gadget app, right? Like I think this sort of many of the users of Gadget are like solo devs. Like they don't have a team to build, or they don't even have any bodies buried, right? Because they're just kind of building the first version of something for an agency or an ecosystem. And for those people, it feels like amazing, right? To have like finally a collaborator, like some force other than yourself improving things. That's kind of how I feel like vibe coding this app. Is like, oh my God, it's so nice. I can just bark out orders to like, yeah, give me the skeleton of this form. I can tell you I don't like the look of it. I'll change it in this 9 ways, but it's so much better than like cold starting, you know? Sorry, long rant, but that's how I feel. Um, we were gonna pass that auto run to our use action. Create bottle with these alpha beta bot auto run. True. Amazing. I think that'll work. Oh no, I know. I don't think it will work. I think I have to do this. Battle. As the parameter exists kind of beside the model. It's a parameter to the action. It's not a stored field on the record that we're trying to create here. And then, yeah, we'll navigate to the battles result.id. I think it's actually going to be, yeah, I agree, Sean. Business logic and architectural design patterns still need a human touch. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure this type is wrong, and what it actually is result.data. Or something like that. I don't really want a cancel. Where's that cancel? Yeah, I'm just gonna remove that. Okay, let's see if this works. Huh? Why are there two, Mr. AI? It did a good job of this like silly little select. We'll have, yeah, Dr. Manhattan. Oh, I don't like that. It seems to be rendering it on a card at the same time. Dr. Manhattan v. Sheet of paper. What happens if I do this search? Foobar. Yeah, nothing shows up. Okay. So I think the AI has made a UX sin and should have used a combo box component that's kind of like a select with an auto like type ahead that's sort of built in. And tragically, where is it? I'm pretty sure ShadCN doesn't have one, which is actually nuts to me. Combo box. Oh, that's what I want. Oh, right. They don't have like a they don't have a built-in combo box, which is to say like a component that is a combo box. They have stuff you can compose to build a combo box, which like I don't want to do that, but okay. Great. UI. Let's make a new one. We're using ShadCN for a couple reasons. One, it's so nice that people can just kind of theme their own stuff however they want when they use ShadCN, and because the models, like the clothes of the world and whatnot, are strangely really good at it. I would have thought they'd been better at like MUI or something like that, but we tried a different couple ones, and ShadCN's like pretty darn good. So let's make a combo box.tsx. Oh my god, this keeps happening. That's so weird. Combo box.tsx. We'll paste in what we stole from the ShadCN source there. And we'll make it a combo box. I guess. What do we need? Yeah, looks about right. Oh, no. This is honestly the most giant waste of human life. Why am I doing this? Oh my god. I need to get the AI to do this. Yeah, right. Just gonna fix this up to be the way I prefer before letting it do its thing. adapt this combo box component be a reusable version. Accepts a list of options and a current value. Allow options to have labels which are React nodes values, which are strings matched against the current value. I have no idea why Shatsian didn't like commit to making one, you know. This is a bug too. See these little back ticks? Like this is the nice sans serif, nice readable font, and then we switch to a mono font for like file names here. Kind of same thing here, but it's done using like Markdown formatting under the hood, and this is correctly formatted, but the backticks here that mark it as inline code are still there. That's weird. I'm going to take a screenshot so I don't forget. Why backtick? Y'all use CleanShot X, this thing. Best macOS screenshotter ever known to man. It's incredible. Doesn't have liquid glass. Oh no. But it still works pretty darn good. What do we got? Options, label, change, placeholder. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Make use of the combo box. The new battle screen for the two bot selectors and remove the card that shows which bot is selected. Just use the combo box control to indicate. Make the avatars a little bigger also. Okay, while that's going, we kicked off a battle a while ago between, oh, this is busted too. Wait, between Laser Tank and itself? I thought that wasn't. I thought we did. Come on. This is an auto table, which is like a gadget component that does selections. Oh, I'm looking at it in reverse, and I thought the most recent one was at the top. It's at the bottom. I'm just dumb. Aha. In Laser Tank v Dr. Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan seems to come out on top when on the right. But in the previous one, Battle 18. Hello. Oh man, I really gotta fix that. Battles 18. Dr. Manhattan v Laser Tank. The one on the left loses. So maybe in Squelch v Laser Tank or whatever, had it been the other way around, it would have worked as well. So I think we probably need some like normalization or something. Loading your bots. You seem kind of stuck. Okay, that looks right. Although I can't type. Oh yeah, I can. Battle. Pug. Let me make sure that the search is actually working for me. Oh. If I search pug, I think that should work. We've been working, yeah, there we go. We've been working a bunch on our full text search implementation and like the indexing speed and whatnot. So I think something's just kind of slow. I was saying, right, we got to fix the right left thing. That's done. Fix right left balance, or I guess it's home away is maybe what I'd call it. Make battles index nice. No bulk management. No action buttons. Fewer rounds, more exciting. Right, okay. So let's see if this actually works once these thingies load in. Also, why is this? See that selector was on the outside, is now on the inside. And we will battle against Dr. Manhattan. Battle created successfully. And I think it's redirecting. Yeah, there we go. Very good. Oh, right. I need to make this live. Spruce up battle view screen to be live. If I just refresh here, we should get some rounds. Yeah, Dr. Manhattan really does kick Battle Pug's butt. Okay, that's Battle 20, and I'm just going to do it the other way around here for a second. Oh, weird. Look, this is the old cached version. I don't know what the deal with that is. Okay, we got Dr. Manhattan v. Battle Pug. That redirect really needs to like hide the whole form, because it's kind of confusing if it takes a second. Okay. Lay out the form nicer where the combo boxes are bigger. Add ability to pass custom styles to the combo box if necessary. Say we're redirecting to the battle view screen. Oh, and I guess I should also add for Harry off stream editor client side crash, and what was the other weird little one? Backticks in the assistant chat for file read messages. Okay. Okay, it's just going to do the combo box first. That's cool. And now we'll get it to do the next step. If y'all are paying close attention, did you see how I kind of asked the assistant to do sort of more than one thing here where I said lay out the form nicer, where the combo boxes are bigger and aligned. And then there's kind of like a subtask or maybe a dependent task I flagged for it, and then more of this stuff. It shows to sort of do it in 2 steps, which I've heard kind of as a common complaint from our users in our community that the gadget assistant often splits things up what seemingly more than necessary. And it's because we've prompted it under the hood to split up huge tasks, right? Like if you're like, build me an entire to-do app, it doesn't really make sense to do like all the back end, all the front end, like 9,000 routes all at once. But we're struggling to get the prompts right where we've sort of encouraged it to split only once the chunks are of a certain size. So I think that in this instance, it was like a little bit overactive and it like split this task that's really just modifying like 2, maybe 3 front end files into several files or into more than one chunk. Oh, and errored the second time. Let's see if do I have a trace to save for my team for that? No, I don't. But that's okay. I'm just gonna pay no attention to the man behind the curtain here for a second. This is like the gadget internal admin. Where's the assistant? Yeah, this one. Investigate system error in this convo. Further improve willingness to tackle 2 front end changes in one proposal. Nothing like your baby not doing what it's supposed to on stream, you know? Nothing like it. Okay, yeah, this is what I want. Let's let it do that. And then, yeah, I don't understand why who's on the left and who's on the right would matter. Like I could just be seeing patterns in the noise, you know? But I could also just be making it up. Or I could be onto something. One thing I know that I did wrong was, oh man, it's erroring again. Okay, I've messaged my trusty infrastructure team and they're investigating. One thing that I know I did wrong, or I didn't do, was kind of randomize who is on what side of the text we send to the LLM to make all these decisions, right? So this narrate moves function is a function that given the kind of each bot's sort of output move from their strategies decides like what happened, what's the kind of decrement. So you can see in the signature here, it's like we get back a summary and then we get back these like decrements. I wonder, and the thing is, I'm always kind of putting one bot's move before the other. I wonder if I to sort of randomize this where I say like at random, you know, bot A and bot B are the first and second or second at first. I'm not sure if that's the problem, but I mean, why not? Let's try it. So const flip. Maybe we'll do first equals flip beta alpha beta bot alpha bot second flip alpha bot beta bot, and then we'll say You're the first. You're the second. And I just like alpha and beta seemed like convenient letters or like sort of meaningless names to use to refer to these things. But I wonder if the LLM narrators interpreting is like the alpha bot, you know, and the beta bot, because that would kind of make sense. This is the one. Well, actually, I don't know which one's on which side, but perhaps I should use less charged nomenclature. Let's see. What could I call them? Player 1, player 2. How about that? Never been a meaningful difference between those. Okay, and then if flip, we need to kind of undo the changes. Or actually, I guess, yeah, if so, I used to refer to these in the prompt as alpha and beta, and then in the output that I was asking for the LLM, this like structured output, I was using the same terminology. So I got to flip these to probably player 1, player 2. Player 2, player 1, player 2. Right. Okay. So now we have our outcome, but we got to return something slightly different because the we got to normalize it back to the sort of alpha beta stuff that we use everywhere else. So I'm just gonna like make this a bit clearer. This is gonna return a public description, just string, summary, which is a string, and an alpha HP decrement, alpha EP decrement. There we go. I kind of wish this were laid out like this. We have like a format on save thing on in the web editor, but we felt nervous being like really aggressive about it, and like automatically prettifying people's stuff. Right. Yeah. It's mad at me for not actually returning that. Oh. Salt equals outcome. How do I want to do this? Oh, it's so annoying. Alpha HP decrement. Player 2. Whoops. Player 2 HP decrement outcome. Player 1. Is that right? Come to player. Oh, that's also a little bug in the ghost autocomplete thing there. Why are you mad? Oh. So if we're flipped, beta is the first player and alpha is the second player. And if we're not flipped, alpha is the first player. Not flipped. Player 1, alpha. When flipped, player 1, beta. So if we are flipped, the alpha is, yeah, player 2. If we're not flipped, it's player 1. Okay, great. EP. Very good. The machines, very good. So I think that'll make it a bit more fair, though it is also curious why it was ever unfair in the first place. Oh, damn. I think some of the weird stuff that's happening with us is Google. Oh, God. Wah. Poor. Well, don't love that. They're usually very speedy at fixing it, though. Okay, let's carry on. I think this is saved. Still worky, right? Yeah. Let's give it one more crack. See if the computer gods are on our side. Do. Yeah, sad. I don't know what the deal with that is. Let's try a new conversation. I'm sure I could go off and do a big old debugging, but I don't really want to. We've got vibes to vibe. Okay, yeah, let's also do the EP replenishment cap. The min max EP. Beta. Const. Max EP equals 50. Max HP equals 100. I'm sure some game mechanic we'll come up with later will change this when we'll want to be able to surge beyond the maxes. But that's okay. Right, and I think this is the right order. We want to not let it decrement below 0, then replenish it, so you don't end up like decrementing to like minus 1,000 and then incrementing to minus 995. You know. Okay, this looks like it might be working better now. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to do was not let the health go below 0. Because it just looks uncool. One could be even more dead. HP. I find in game development, there's so much of this kind of like sort of, ugly looking code that I'm so tempted to, refactor, where it's like, this is the same thing 4 times in a row, but there's something different on each side each time. You know what I mean? Same with this. And like, you could refactor it, but it's like, it's pretty friggin' clear the way it is. And so I don't really want to, but yeah. I always just find that it's like, it's somehow more tempting to be more procedural and like simple about it. Okay, let's see if the third time is the charm over here. That does look better. Still very slow though. Battle Pug. And we'll do the sheet of paper. Ah, and that redirect worked nice. Do you like my sheet of paper bot? Yeah, see this? That broken image? That feels like something deeply busted. 500 internal server error. Yep. Sad. Well, we persevere. Honestly, if Google's busted, I'm surprised this editor is working at all, or like it's like half working sometimes. But okay, we persevere. Let me refresh this, see if the round is actually running. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the battles. Ah, yeah, let's change this index. See what's happening? Like, see when I click the row, the bulk toggle is changing? That's not what we want. Yeah. Okay, what should we do next? I guess this is still working enough for me to like test the balancing, I guess. So maybe I'll kick off a bunch of battles. Let's do that out here. Wow. Battle Pug v Epic Paperclip. I just picked that because it seemed fun. I think, what was I trying to do? Oh yeah, right. Let's do a left-right test again. So I'll do Laser Tank v Dr. Manhattan. Right, and that's working much nicer too, where it kind of gives you feedback. Things are hella slow, which they happen to be right now. And we'll do Battle Pug. Or no, wait, I did. Yeah, Dr. Manhattan on this side. Come on. Laser Tank on this side. Magical. Also, I'm pleased that like I put in this bot's description straight up that it was invincible. You know? And the narrator is like correctly not just being like adherent to that. You know what I mean? Like each round that happens here, it does actually get an HP decrement. And I think it's validation for me of the um uh, approach of sort of like asking the individual bots for their moves, and like that's sort of where the prompt could be like corrupted, if you will, right? Like it's like this text that describes the bot is like straight up going to an LLM that we're trying to prompt into like doing the right thing, but it is correctly isolating it, I feel. So that's good. Um, okay. I think maybe what we could do next is, since Google and Gadget are got a little poop in their pants right now, let's see if we can find a strategize a way to do the image generation. So yesterday when we were kind of gaming all this out, I had initially set it up where these like detailed descriptions of the battle were like this giant wall of text. And I mean, my resolution's small, but it's not that small. It's like really overwhelming, right? I'm just trying to play a game here. I don't want to read all this noise. And we were saying something visual would be way better. I was like, nah, it's too expensive. But I think if we could find like a cheap way to put these characters into a situation, we will be really in business. So the model I'm using for the avatar generation is called Retro Diffusion. That wasn't my API key that I leaked. Nope. Nice. This is, you can see me testing. Okay, where is it? Let's see if I can find Gizmo. Damn. Here, I know how I can show you Gizmo. With the real world here. This is Gizmo. Where are we? He's like a little computer guy. He's a sticker. So if you ever meet me, I always have Gizmo stickers. But I was trying to come up with his like battle Gizmo, which, like, you know, I got there eventually. But yeah, what Retro Diffusion is good at is this like sort of character creation. But what's missing from it is, or here I'll show you. If I take like this image, how do I? Yeah. Can I save image as? No. Where did that go? Wow. Come on. Gonna yell at me? Yeah. If I take this image and like save it, and then is there a way to start a new one? Yeah. Let's go with this. We say, I don't want a portrait. I guess I want, well, let's just go with the default. Dr. Manhattan battling a battle pug. Like if I just run this, I haven't given it like the retro diffusion model that's under the hood here, which I think is like a flux derivative. I haven't given it the original characters that like I want to see. And so it's just going to kind of riff off, whatever it thinks the characters are. And it has this thing where I can do like a Dr. Manhattan avatar upload where I can kind of say like, oh, I want you to use this image. So let's say we're allowed to change it 50%. If I say generate, the problem is that's a 50% change like pixel wise, as far as I understand it. So it's like, it's not going to like repose the character or move it to the side, like pan, shift, tilt, zoom, like none of that. It's just going to like, yeah, not do anything. So I feel like if I set the change to like 80%, or let's see here, 85%, again, we don't get character consistency, we get pixel consistency from retro diffusion. So that's why I feel like I can't use this model for the battle scenes. Yeah, see, like it kind of completely ignores the prompt. But yeah, let's see here. Image generation, model character consistency. I think there's like a lot of like AI image generation pros that know exactly how to do this. Yeah. Oh, right. That's the other thing. I can't be friggin' training Alora. If you're unfamiliar, Alora, since we're a low rank adapter, rank adapter, and it's like a way to bias the internals of the LLM to do kind of the same thing every time. In some cases, that's like a fine tune to, of a language model to like talk about stuff in the specific way you want, but you can also use it for character consistency where you sort of fine tune it to produce, images of a certain character. That tutorial is a great way to do that. Somewhat old in AI standard years, But you can see this looks like the same woman. The problem is training that LoRa is like multiple dollars of compute every time, and you need to like store it and kind of like uh what's the word, serve it, where you need to like boot that model up and like do different matrix multiplications than you would otherwise, specifically because you're using like a different LoRa. So that's annoying. God, they're so creepy too. Let's see. Da, da, da. All these people are so hardcore about these pipelines. Kubernetes resource management is a pain. I'm just going to check in with the old infrastructure team. Oh, man. Cloudflare too, eh? Super. Well, that's just not true, obviously. This is my friend's company that's also on Google Cloud. And yep. Sure. Whoa. 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 Nobody's having a good time. There appears to be an issue. Yep. At Harley F. He can fix it. Wah. Yeah, I feel the same way. I changed like one thing about Gadgets Network config this morning to fix a different issue. And I'm like, did I break it? I don't think I did. I promise you that if I felt like I could do even a single thing about this outage, I would get off the stream and fix it. But I'm pretty sure I can't. Like, where was that down detector thing? It was rough. I wonder if y'all are even still out there. Like maybe freaking StreamYard is on this list. YouTube's busted. Microsoft 365 X. Hmm. I'm pretty sure my infrastructure colleagues said we can't even get into the Google Cloud Console. Like that was a very slow page load. This is where I live, people. This is my gadget. Yeah. Wow. This is so busted. I've never seen it this bad. We've been using them for 4 years and this hasn't happened. Damn. Sucks to suck. It also seems like it might be all regions instead of just like one. rough. Even Pokemon Go. Yeah. I think that StreamYard is indeed affected because I'm not seeing any comments. So if y'all have been talking to me, I haven't seen them, and I'm so sorry. I promise I haven't been ignoring you. Um, but maybe that's a sign. Maybe we should come back and do this again, perhaps later today. Or I'm intending on streaming tomorrow as well. But I think I'm gonna hop off for now. Check in with my team, make sure there is truly nothing that we can do. I'm pretty sure that we can't, but I'm gonna go do that for a bit and make sure that all's well, and then I'll hop back on. Like I'll tweet out a little bit ahead of time if you want to join again. But damn, this sucks. Godspeed to the Cloudflare and Google people. Yeah. Okay. I will end the stream for now, and then yeah, like hopefully I'll see you later today, depending on how all this recovery goes. Bye, everybody. Bye bye.